Welcome back. Chapter 6. I walked into the grocery store and stared. I looked to the left at the apples and pears and oranges stacked like pyramids, and then straight down the aisle at the detergent and paper towels and all the other household items, which was when I felt someone tap me on the shoulders. Hello there, Miss Curry. You look lost. May I help you find something? I just started laughing because it was Joe, Lucky's giant husband, whose once blonde hair was now silver. He was still a good-looking man. He always reminded me of a country singer whose name I couldn't remember. Oh, yes, Joe. Could you please tell me what the hell I came in here for? He gave me a bear hug. His stomach was now a soft globe, and the lower buttons on his gray plaid shirt looked ready to pop off. Welcome to the club. Apparently, I came in here for these, which it took me a minute to recall. He held up 2 small boxes of figs, one purple and one green, then lowered them for me to try. But as soon as I reached for a purple one, I remember reading somewhere that figs were full of sugar. And for once, my conscience won. I waved my hand back and forth. So how are the floors coming along? What's wrong with the floors? Joe asked. I knew it. Redoing her floor my ass. Lucky likes to lie about things that aren't worth lying about. She's always been like that, and I don't know why. Oh, my mistake, I said, and gave him another hug. I have always liked Joe and actually feel sorry for him because he has worshipped Lucky for almost half a century, and back then, white men didn't marry black women. Lucky was half her size then, sexy as hell and quite the flirt. And him being her boss at the studio where they worked didn't hurt him any. None of us ever understood what else he saw in her besides her body because Lucky is so unforgiving and always complain about everything and everybody. When she told him she did not want children, he agreed. Like I said, he'd do anything for her. Lucky married to a Caucasian. Okay. Lucky. I gotta keep that in mind. I decided not to call Lucky out on her lie about the floors, which was why we all reported to Corinthia's house for our first group dinner since Carl's passing. Lucky, Corinthia, and I were sitting at Corinthia's dining room table, wondering where Sadie was. Out of all of us, Corinthia has the best taste. Her home and everything in it is modern and looks like something you used to see in House Beautiful. Sadie just texted. She says she might not be able to make it. Lucky said. Why? I asked. I'll bet I know why, Corinthia said. She leaned forward in her chair and put one elbow on the table next to the straw basket of sliced French bread. She had just got her hair braided neon silver. Against her root beer skin tone and fit body, she looked like a 68-year-old fashion model. Tell us, Lucky yelled. I saw her in the church parking lot an hour ago, but she didn't see me. The parking lot was full, must have been a big funeral. Skipping out on the first meeting of our posse since Carl passing to go to yet another funeral for somebody she probably didn't know. As Ma used to say, Sadie is as full of shit as a Christmas turkey. Wow, I never heard that before. If there's something to tell, tell it, I said. We all slid our glasses down to the bridges of our nose in an attempt to see Corinthia over them. I wonder when we all started wearing them. All of our glasses were ugly, and it was obvious none of us put much thought into the style we picked. We really looked like old ladies. I made a note to buy 2 new pairs with colorful frames. Okay. I was driving by her church, and like I said, I saw Sadie in the parking lot. She was with a woman, a white woman with short silver hair, who kissed her on the lips. What kind of kiss? Lucky asked. What difference does it make? I asked. Did she see you? Lucky asked, hoping she had. Maybe. This is not news. To be honest, we've always thought this about Sadie, and none of us had ever really cared except you, Lucky. I said, if it's true and she's happy, then I'm happy for her. Me too, Corinthia said. The woman was cute. Don't make me throw up, Lucky said. You need to get a grip, Lucky, and stop being so damn judgmental, I said. Everybody should be whoever they are, and there's no shame in it, so shut the hell up. I agree, Corinthia said. But Sadie doesn't strike me as being cool enough to be a lesbian. She's just so lackluster. We all just nodded in agreement. So, what are we having tonight? I asked, even though I could smell the cheese on top of the tomato sauce. And I can't stay late. Why not? Corinthia said. Are you finally going to reopen the shop? I've been mulling around. I've been mulling everything over, Co. Believe me, I'll let you know as soon as I decide what I'm doing. Well, hurry up. I need something to do all day because I'm not selling any mansions, and I'm also tired of driving back and forth to San Diego to babysit my great grandkids or doing it when they drop the little suckers off here. Hold on, I said. We're supposed to wait until after we have a drink and the food is on the table and Poochie is on the line before we start spilling our guts? Then where's the beef? Lucky asked, thinking we'd laugh, but neither of us did. I laughed, Lucky, because I got it. I understand. I made lasagna and a salad, as you can see, French bread and steamed asparagus. We all looked at one another with a smile of relief and poured ourselves glasses of red wine. Corinthia then set her cell phone in the middle of the table and punched in Poochie's cell number. Her big brown face popped on the screen. The only other time I do this FaceTime is with Jackson, and even then, Cinnamon usually has to help me. Hi, everybody, Poochie said. She looked older than all of us, and she was wearing a curly black wig, clearly a cheap one, and she should know better. Even though we're all friends, I thought she could have put on some kind of powder and any kind of lip gloss just to look more presentable. I suppose she didn't feel like she needed to impress us. I miss y'all, and we knew she meant it. Just then, the door opened and in walked Sadie, dressed in yet another ugly church dress. This one was a sad shade of gray I wouldn't be caught dead in. And if I were a lesbian, I would not be attracted to her. We miss you too, girl, Sadie said for everybody. I'm sorry I'm late. Choir practice went on a little longer than I expected, and we had to get the church ready for a funeral service tomorrow morning. But I'm here now. Hey, Poochie. Hey, church lady. I hope you've been praying for my mama. Child, my prayer list is long, and Mama K is on it. How is your mama doing, Poochie? Corinthia asked for all of us. Not good, but I'm making sure she stays comfortable. So how is everybody there? Wait, before we get started on the usual, I want to say something to Lo. Lo? I almost jumped out of my chair wondering why she was singling me out. Yes, Poochie? How are you? Fair to middling. Look, I know you're probably still grieving hard, and I just have to say it took me almost a year to get used to my sweet Donald being gone. I just want you to know that you can only do what you can do. Everyone nodded around me, but Sadie said, we all agree. Anyway, you've been through a lot these past months, and I wanted to say that I think we're all overdue for some fun. So I propose it's time all of you got on the casino bus and came up here to Vegas. I could use some company, and we can gamble and go to an outlet and maybe see a show. Sadie, we already know you're afraid of sinning, but don't veto the plan. Just stay home. I'll go, she said without hesitating. Everybody's mouth dropped open. I don't have to gamble. I can't stand the cigarette smoke, but I'll sit in front of the water show. Plus, I like to people watch. Promise us you won't preach on the bus, Lucky said. I promise. I wouldn't have any objections to see O again, Corinthia said. Is Celine Dion still at the Caesars? Sadie asked. We all just looked at her. I don't like her, Lucky said. Just because she's white, Corinthia said. What a stupid thing to say. My husband's white, although I guess I don't like him anymore, but being white has nothing to do with it. All of us just looked at one another. Well, I've always liked her, I said. I don't care what color she is. I don't like her voice, and she's homely and too skinny. Get over it, Lucky, Poochie said. I like her, Sadie said. I'd go see her. We all looked at Poochie on the screen and then at one another again and nodded. Sadie gave me a high five and I gave one to Corinthia. Seems that's a yes from everybody, Lucky said. Okay, Corinthia said. Now shut up, Poochie, so we can eat and then do our round table catch up because I have to throw you out by 10. My granddaughter needs me in San Diego in the morning to watch her kids for 4 days. Again, pray for me. 3 under the age of 7. Wait a minute, Poochie said. How many great-grandkids do you have now? 8, maybe 9. Who the hell can keep up? We'll call you back when we finish eating and before we have a few nightcaps, Corinthia said. I'll go check on Mama, but my phone is plugged in, so just let the FaceTime run and don't worry about my battery. She disappeared. And we ate. The lasagna was delicious, and Lucky and I almost fought over the last piece of bread. I let her win because I thought I saw Dr. Alex's face looking up at me from the basket and then heard myself say, I am not having dessert tonight. Since when? Lucky just had to ask. Since right now. Good for you, Poochie said, scaring the hell out of all of us because we didn't realize she had picked us back up. Can I please start the round table? She said. I have to give Mama a bath tonight and my back is killing me. We all looked at one another. I just had a colonoscopy. All of us just slapped our foreheads with our palms and pushed the remaining dishes away. Anyway, I've got some polyps. Let me ask you all, how long has it been since you had your colonoscopies? And please don't let me hear anybody say never. Poochie, come on. This is the worst shit, no pun intended. I mean, just bad timing to bring this mess up knowing we're all sitting here at the at the damn dinner table. But anyway, I had one 5 years ago, so I'm good for another 5, Corinthia said. I had mine last year, so I have 9 more to go, I said. I've been putting it off. Please don't lecture me. I'll schedule one tomorrow, Lucky said. That's really stupid, Lucky, Sadie said. I have one every 2 years because my father had colon cancer. So far, I'm good. If I have a polyp, they take it out. Anyone want more wine? Everyone held up their glasses. Wait, I forgot. Get your bone density and have your eyes and hearing checked. And would you repeat that? Lucky asked. I didn't hear you. I moved my fingers in the air like I was signing. We all laughed. And get a complete physical every damn year. It's important. We laughed again. Come on, you guys. This is not funny. We're all pushing 70, and this is when all of our shit start falling apart. What about mammograms? Everybody raised their hands. Glucose levels? Poochie asked. Everybody looked at me. Diabetes is no joke, Lo. Have you been checking your numbers? I've been on her about this for the past 3 or 4 years, but everybody thinks I'm just like to preach, Sadie said. You do, Lucky said. Yes, I checked my numbers. I said as seriously as I could, even though I was lying. I was too embarrassed to tell the truth. Well, I just take the medication because I can't exercise because of my sciatic nerve, and I'm probably going to have my hip and maybe both knees replaced. But you don't have any excuse, Lo, Poochie said. Have you been exercising? Yes, she's lying, Lucky said. She walks to her car and into the grocery store. Tell the truth, Lo. I've been walking some of the Rose Bowl. We've been walking it together, Corinthia said, so shut the hell up, Lucky. What about your limp? It's my hip. I'll have you know, but I probably am going to do the gastric bypass surgery so I can kill two birds with one stone, Lucky said. Then just do it, I yelled. I go to the gym because I have a Silver Sneakers membership, Sadie said. I don't want to work out with a bunch of old people, I said. This is the most stimulating conversation I've had at a dinner table in freaking years, Corinthia said, rolling her eyes. In our younger days, our once-a-month catch-up dinners usually meant complaining about ex-husbands or current husbands, even though I rarely had any complaints about Carl, and whining about our kids or grandkids or pets for Sadie, who didn't have either. But the last few years, it has gotten to the point where new health problems or old ones take up the majority of the time. At least once a week, one of us seemed to have a date with some kind of doctor, and the scale of the problem seemed to escalate by the month. I've been avoiding doctors before Carl passed because I didn't want to know if something was wrong with me. Get your blood pressure checked regularly, Poochie shouted from the phone. Okay, Poochie, there's nothing left or outside our bodies to check, so bye, we love you, Corinthia said. And we'll see you soon, I said, and the screen went blank. We all just sat there for a few minutes. You go next, Lo, Corinthia said. I'd rather go last this evening, I said. Well, since the real estate market is slow, if you don't let me work in the store soon, I might just put my house on the market and move on down to San Diego, Corinthia said. Why would you want to do that? Lucky asked. My kids asked me to. There's nothing but a lot of rich, boring white folks in San Diego, Lucky said. I'm probably not going, but I'll tell you something I am thinking about doing, since I don't have anything holding my interest at the moment. And what's that? I asked. Going on a senior dating site. I've heard a lot of people have found love on those things, Sadie said, shocking the hell out of us. How would you know, Sadie? Lucky asked. Because I know people who've met folks. I do too, Cole said. This getting old shit is getting a little boring, and I'm lonely as hell, and if I meet somebody, maybe I'll have a reason to stay put. Sadie took a loud, deep breath, which caused everyone to look at her. I've been sinning, Sadie said. It's about damn time, I said. With the minister? Your minister? I thought you were a lesbian, Corinthia said. What would make you think that? She asked. I saw a woman kiss you on the lips in the parking lot at your church. That's how we all say goodnight. Anyway, as soon as he gets the nerve to tell his wife, we're going to get married. So you're both sinning, I said, and shook my head. I thought you were too smart to do some stupid shit like this, Lucky said. Me too, I said. How in the hell did this happen, Sadie? By accident. After choir practice one night, his wife is not very comfortable and he wants a divorce, but he's afraid how it might look. So, how does Mr. Preacher Man think God feels about him committing adultery? You sound like a damn fool, Sadie, Cole said. I love him. "Aw, that's so sweet," Lucky said. "Just don't go picking out a white dress." Silence. Then all eyes were on me. I want to start with the good news. They crossed their arms and leaned back in their chairs. My granddaughter Cinnamon called me today to tell me she's having a boy and a girl, and you won't believe this. She's naming them Pretty and Handsome. She better not name them kids no Pretty and Handsome. Everyone downed their drinks. Also, Carl's partner bought out his share of the construction company from me. I'm going to use some of the proceeds to take a trip to Tokyo. I need to see my son and his wife and finally meet my twin granddaughters. When? Sadie asked. I'd go with you if you wanted someone to travel with. Everybody, including me, rolled their eyes at her. I don't know exactly when yet, but I'm a big girl and don't really need an escort. Do twins run in your family? Lucky asked. I suppose they do. What about Kwame? How he's doing? Corinthia asked. He's fine. He's moving back into the 2-bedroom he'd been in, and I bought him a used Prius. Lucky just rolled her eyes. Why? Corinthia asked. He needed a better one so he could drive with Uber. Plus, he don't like construction. So, tell us, what's going on with Jalecia? Sadie said. I've been praying for her. Well, it's been over 3 weeks since I bailed her out, and I haven't heard a word from her. And are you shocked? Sadie, maybe you can offer up an extra prayer to ensure she makes that court appearance, Lucky said. I will, Sadie said, rather convincing. You didn't use your house for collateral, I hope. I'm not stupid, Lucky, but at least I now know where she's living. Where? Sadie asked. Compton. You shitting us, Corinthia asked. She's been living with her Aunt Peggy. Peggy looked a little rough around the edges her damn self at the repast, Lucky said. Can you contact Peggy? I don't have her number. Have you reached out to Jalecia? Corinthia asked. She won't answer my calls. I'm worried about her, but I don't know what else I can do right now. Would you like to pray? Sadie asked. She reached over Lucky and squeezed my hand. Then it got quiet. Corinthia crossed her arms. Lucky leaned on her elbows. Everybody took a sip of something and then started to help clear the table. Hold on a second, Corinthia said, and pressed her palms on the edge of the table. I would just like to say this about Jalecia. Lo, you may be pissed at me for saying it, but I think you just need to be patient and wait to see what she does. You can't make Jalecia do anything, and if she's lost, she'll reach out when she wants to be found. That's the end of chapter 6. This chapter was really good. Oh my God, I am so reflecting. This chapter has me reflecting so bad because I keep up with my health every year. And eyes, doctor, mammogram, woman's health, colonoscopy. I keep up with all of that. But I do need to lose some weight because I'm a little too close to the line. And my doctor wanted me to get away from it. So this chapter got me, it's getting me motivated. And as for her daughter, I'm not shocked that her daughter is not, calling her because all she wants is her mother to bail her out with money, probably. But I'm hoping they really touch on what is Jalecia's issue. Why is she like that with her mother? I want to know if they're going to cover what happened between them two. And I think she should go to Tokyo and see her grandkids by her son. And maybe we'll get the story with them. Like, why is he all the way in Japan? Let me think. Anything else? No, I think that's it. Let me double check. This chapter was funny. These friends are hilarious. I don't know. I just don't never. It's just funny. Okay. I'm laughing at the conversations, but that's all I have. I shall see you in the next chapter. Bye for now.